10 modern conveniences that used to scare people witless. 1. Telephones. In 1877, the New York Times published an editorial. It ranted against Alexander Graham Bell's new invention. The telephone would be an invasion of privacy, claimed the article. Others complained that the telephone would make us lazy and antisocial. 2. Telegraph. The telegraph was criticized for ruining the English language. Critics were afraid that it would make people talk in choppy, incomplete sentences. In 1889, Spectator magazine published a telegraph-bashing editorial. It warned against the constant diffusion of statements in snippets. 3. Radio. Guglielmo Marconi perfected his wireless technology in 1895, but it took more than 20 years for the first public broadcasts to be made. Marconi insisted his invention was only meant for ships communicating at sea. He was scared of radio's potential, calling it a menace. 4. Computers. The term computer phobia was coined in the 1990s. Psychologists described people who were scared of computers. Some refused to deal with them, touch them, or even discuss them. Others were scared of computers, replacing or enslaving people. 5. Wearable tech. In 2015, the New York Times published an article criticizing smartwatches. The article seemed to suggest that wearables may cause cancer. It was called, "Could Wearable Computers Be as Harmful as Cigarettes?" The Times was forced to amend the article after a public outcry. 6. Vaccines. Anti-vaccination movements are nothing new. In 1874, a smallpox epidemic broke out in Stockholm, Sweden. An anti-vaccination campaign was mounted by religious leaders. The vaccination rate in Stockholm dropped to 40% compared to 90% elsewhere in Sweden. 7. Bicycles. Victorian doctors believed that cycling was dangerous for women. In 1895, an article in the Literary Digest warned,
"Overexertion, the upright position on the wheel, and the unconscious effort to maintain one's balance, tend to produce a wearied and exhausted bicycle face."
This condition was characterized by a hard clenched jaw and bulging eyes. 8. Coffee. Coffee was banned many times in different countries and eras. The Italian clergy of the 16th century called coffee the devil's cup. They asked Pope Clement VIII to ban it, but he proclaimed,
"This Satan's drink is so delicious that it would be a pity to let the infidels have exclusive use of it."
9. VCRs. Jack Valenti, president of the MPAA, asked Congress to ban VCRs. In 1982, he told a congressional panel,
"I say to you that the VCR is to the American film producer and the American public, as the Boston Strangler is to the woman home alone."
Home video was seen as destructive to the movie industry. 10. Trains. In 1825, the first public railway opened in England. Many physicians claimed the human body couldn't withstand such speeds. Trains back then traveled at 30 miles per hour tops, but the theory was that it's impossible to breathe at that speed. The surrounding air would be moving too fast